Rivers hold a raw, kinetic force that increases with every meter of elevation they drop. Catch enough of that falling water, and you have the ingredients for a city-scale power supply. This is the core premise of hydropower, harvesting the physical energy of gravity. Across the Indian subcontinent, the scale of this resource is extensive. Total hydropower potential is assessed at 84,044 megawatts. To find it, you have to look north. Roughly 78% of this entire capacity is concentrated within the steep gradients of the Himalayan region. Engineers began tapping into these mountain flows over a century ago. India's first hydroelectric plant was commissioned in 1897 in Darjeeling, followed closely by a second major installation at Sivasamundaram in Karnataka in 1902. Expanding this technology from localized water wheels to a national power grid required mastering the physics of flow. It meant building structures designed to precisely capture and direct the weight of the river. This diagram shows an impoundment dam's mechanics. A wall creates a reservoir. A gate opens, allowing water into an intake. Gravity pulls it down a penstock, focusing pressure onto a central turbine. The spinning turbine rotates a generator, creating current for transmission lines. For locations where a colossal reservoir isn't viable, engineers use a run-of-river model. As this diagram illustrates, a portion of the river is diverted into a side channel, or forebay, allowing power generation without flooding the entire upstream valley. This third variation is closed-loop pumped storage. It is entirely isolated from naturally flowing river systems, instead cycling the same water between an upper and lower reservoir to store energy for peak demand. These systems are categorized by their total output. Large plants generate over 30 megawatts. Small plants produce between 100 kilowatts and 30 megawatts. Micro plants, often used to power a single village or farm, stay below the 100 kilowatt mark. Regardless of their architectural design or total capacity, these facilities are specialized engines. They are built to convert the specific topography of a landscape into a continuous stream of electrons. This table shows the theoretical limit of global hydropower is roughly 45,500 terawatt-hours per year. Asia holds nearly half this unharnessed energy. But as the technical potential column shows, terrain limits drop that to 14,300 terawatt-hours. Economically, it falls further to just 8,100. Despite these constraints, the global footprint is immense. By 2020, hydropower accounted for 17% of all worldwide electricity generation, making it the third largest source on the planet, behind only coal and natural gas. Because the viable locations are so finite, nations must prioritize the development of their most efficient river basins to meet growing energy demands. Zooming into the Indian subcontinent, the national strategy currently targets a massive 84,000 megawatts across 6 primary river basins. This basin-wise data shows one clear leader. The Brahmaputra basin contains a probable installed capacity of over 66,000 megawatts, more than any other region. By comparison, the Indus and Ganga basins are secondary, contributing a combined potential of roughly 54,000 megawatts. To see this in practice, we look at the major operational units. The Bhakra plant in Punjab, Nagarjuna in Andhra Pradesh, and Koyna in Maharashtra each generate approximately 1,000 megawatts of power. The national grid relies on these few geographic bottlenecks. To keep a country powered, incredible structural pressure is placed on these specific mountain environments. That pressure is most visible in the Pir Panjal range. This is the Kulu district, located in the upper Beas River watershed of the western Himalayas. Here, the Beas River has been heavily compartmentalized. It is blocked by the Pando Dam and the multi-stage Parbati Project, which holds 2,051 megawatts of potential, alongside the 86-megawatt Malana installation. Before these projects were built, environmental impact assessments were used to document the trade-offs, measuring the community's needs against the legal performance standards of the dams. For many local residents, the perception of these projects is positive. They bring immediate employment opportunities and the chance to augment family incomes in an area where trade and business are limited. The assessment also notes infrastructure improvements. These mega projects lead to better transport roads for isolated villages and a more reliable supply of electricity for homes and local industries. For these mountain communities, a major dam is often seen as a necessary foundation for regional economic growth and modern connectivity. But that connectivity comes with a physical price. When a wild river is converted into a controlled industrial grid, the natural pulse of the water is silenced. The concrete barriers fragment the landscape, blocking the movement of nutrients and aquatic species. Scientific studies are now highlighting even greater risks. As this paper notes, climate change is beginning to destabilize the Himalayan river regimes, making the future performance of these dams increasingly difficult to predict. Hydropower remains a potent tool for generating low-carbon electricity at a national scale. However, capturing that power requires a difficult trade-off, securing energy for the future while fundamentally altering the ecosystems that these mountain communities